These kids need to learn at an early age that you play, you pay. There are consequences. Unfortunately, the system doesn't always work that effectively, so we kind of made it work that way.
Our program is a program for intervention before they do something real serious.
Why do you steal? You don't know, that's a bullshit answer. Anybody says they don't know is either a liar or they are stupid. Which one are you?
I'm a liar. I wanted you know what it was.
That's what it is, huh? How would you like it if I took something of yours? You wouldn't like it at all, huh? You go to the penitentiary, somebody's going to take something from you, and it's not going to be your shoes or your watch. It's going to be your ass.
Out of every group of kids born in this country, by the time they reach 21 years of age, 9 out of 100 of them are dead. 14 out of 100 of them are locked up.
As a gangbanger, I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about getting shot. I didn't care about getting killed.
We're talking about 150,000 gang members in LA County, 603 gangs just in the city of LA. I mean, this is ludicrous. If you think about it, this is really a small army.
Is this fun?
No, sir.
You're not enjoying this, huh?
No, sir.
How would you like it if we locked that door and you had to stay here?
Yes, sir.
Not good, no. Well, see, this is your chance. You're here because they're going to give you a chance. If they didn't want to give you a chance to do better and try again, you wouldn't be here. You'd already be in trouble. You'd already be gone.
I think the police decided to have a program to give us a lesson. It's real hard to be in jail. It's real hard to get arrested, to not do it over again. That's why it's all about the program, to give us a lesson, not to do it again.
The idea of what we're doing here is really to change these kids before it's too late, because too often, by the time the justice system officially gets involved, it's already too late.
Jimmy Sanchez.
Here, sir.
Michael Martinez.
Here, sir.
Brianne Hope.
Yes, sir.
Erica Serrano.
Yes, sir.
Marnay Chateau.
Yes, sir.
Ruben Sandoval.
Yes, sir.
Omar Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Justin Grant.
Yes, sir.
David Zamora.
The Juvenile Impact Program takes place every Saturday at the LAPD Central Division Station in downtown Los Angeles. The kids who come to this program have committed a variety of offenses such as tagging, stealing, curfew violation, truancy, and gang activity.
We get the kids from ages as young as 11 up to 17. And we get them from different parts. Usually they have come in contact with the police in one way or another.
Most of them are first-time offenders, and when I say first-time offenders, I mean that's the first time they've been caught. It's not the first time they did the crime, but it's the first time they've been caught.
You people will learn. You will check your own people. You will make sure they don't make mistakes, correct? Yes, sir. All right. From now on, I expect that of you. I will trust you to do that. If you fail me, you will pay. You understand? Yes, sir. Good.
I began the program in 1991. I never really thought I would personally get involved with these kids and actually change their behavior. It never occurred to me. Initially, it was strictly punitive. Hey, you broke the law, you played, now I'm going to make you pay.
It started out as more as like a little mini boot camp. You know, you march them around and teach them discipline and respect. And part of the discipline was to go and paint out the graffiti. In other words, clean the community.
While we had a captive audience and I saw these behavioral changes were starting to occur, I thought, let's add some more components to this and let's see if we could really affect the behavioral change. And that's when some of our really best work started to facilitate itself.
I walked in first like, let's get this over with, you know. Let me do my community service and let me out. I'm out, you know. I didn't think I was going to walk out the way I did. And I walked out not looking like a chola anymore.
When I went to a program, I decided that I would never ever do a law problem. It will take me this long way that I have to take now. It's real tough because when you have to pay the consequences, it's real hard for you.
At first I didn't like that idea of coming here, and I was like, I'm not going to like it. I told my mom, you know, I don't care what they say, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to listen, but my first day here is like, damn, you know, it's like...
Why are you late?
You woke up late. Is that an excuse?
No, sir.
Can you come up with another one? Get down and give me 25.
When I got here, I was like mad because they were getting in my face, you know, and it's like, it's hard, but, you know, you'll learn to do what they want you to, and I think it's good.
They do teach us in weird ways themselves, you know, because they can scream at us and they can do a lot of things to us, but yet they're still there, you know, to talk to us like normal people.
So I thought it was gonna be easy, like, so I was thinking, so I could handle that. There ain't nothing, you know. It's just gonna be a piece of cake to me, you know. And so it wasn't. So I should suffer the consequences.
Nobody had really done anything like this before. There were youth programs, but they were more nice programs, nothing for first-time offenders, nothing confrontational as this program was.
Julio Ruiz. When I call your name, sound off with a loud, here, sir.
Yes, sir.
Julio Ruiz.
Yes, sir.
Here, sir.
Here, sir.
Look at me when I'm talking to you. Here, sir.
Here, sir.
I'm over here, Julio.
Here, sir.
Why don't you look at him when you say that? Julio, you're going to make this tougher than it actually should be.
We make it annoying because it is annoying. For a young kid to be down here on a Saturday and spending 8 hours, that's got to annoy kids. And we get obnoxious at times because we want to make them realize that they do not want to be here. And the best way to get out of here is to change the attitude. Once the attitude is changed and respect for the community and respect for the law is reestablished, then that's when they can leave.
He doesn't want you, you will! Get on your ass! Sit down!
The program is run by 2 police officers who are the only staff that are paid. The rest are volunteers that come in their own time to help these kids out.
What really got me involved with the kids is seeing that these kids needed some guidance. They needed some help. Some of the things that I could offer, some of the experiences that I've had, I could see myself sharing with the kids and helping them with some of the problems they had in their lives.
It comes down to helping people out, and there's that old saying, you know, you help one person, even if it's, you get 100 kids and you only help one, it's worth it. It is, and I don't want them looking back saying, hey, you know, no one helped me out, no one gave me a chance, and, you know, no one told me what was right and what was wrong.
The way that I feel about working with these kids is 99% total joy because I change their lives. I do good things for them, show them to be better people to themselves, and that makes me feel real good. The other 1% is if I let down somebody, I do everything I can to turn that around and make it a positive experience.
I like working with these kids. I like trying to turn these kids around and straighten them out so they understand how good and easy things can be if they just play by the rules.
Most of the kids come from the juvenile traffic court. In other words, they're cited for a misdemeanor. And they go to court, and if they're a first-time offender, and if they look like they're in a gang or starting to gangbang or uncontrolled, the parents have no control, the court will refer them to this program in lieu of a fine.
When the minor appears in court, we read the charges. The court reads the charges to the minor, and then the minor has a decision to make. Either if the charges are true, then a fine would be imposed, and in most instances, except for vehicle code violations, we will suspend the fine, which means the minor doesn't have to pay the fine on condition that he or she complete a program, such as the Juvenile Impact Program.
The judge said she saw a good person in me, and you know that I had a lot of potential, and she said, I'll give you an option, which I don't do a lot. So she said, either you pay off the ticket, $576, or you go to an impact program, and if you don't do the hours and you don't pay the ticket, then you go to jail. So I said, I'll do the impact.
The statistics seem to indicate that the juvenile crime is on the increase, Again, I don't know exactly why, but I think it may be, and part of the reason why this particular court and the Juvenile Impact Program are so important are because early intervention is really what makes a difference.
With us, they know you play, you pay, especially in our program. We have consequences, definite consequences. We have limits. They go over that, they're going to get punished. When I say punished, we give them extra hours, for instance, you know. They have rules in our program. You don't mad dog anybody, you don't fight with anybody, you don't disrespect any of the officers, and for that matter, themselves either.
If you can catch the kids early enough, you know, catch them when they're ditching school, catch them when they're sneaking out past curfew, and if you make them accountable for those types of acts, in other words, before they become really serious crimes, then hopefully that'll reroute, you know, the kid to be a law-abiding, productive human being.
Well, a kid initially is referred and they come to the intake night where they're forced to confront their behavior. They meet all the staff, they meet some of the ex-cons who work with us, and they're forced to take responsibility for their actions.
Gang, an organized group of criminals, hoodlums, or wrongdoers. Are you a criminal? Are you a hoodlum? Are you a wrongdoer? I think so. You're a gang member. Right here in the dictionary, the thesaurus. This doesn't lie.
You just lied. You said you're not a hoodlum, you're not a criminal. What's the name of your gang? 42nd of the what? Criminal! You just said you weren't a criminal. So you lied. You lied to the police.
That's no 50 hours.
50 hours. Get the push-up position. Big stupid.
Me?
I decided to be a gang member because by my house they started to, there's a lot of gangsters, so I said, I like the way they dress. I started dressing like that, and they then told me, you want to enjoy us? I said, yeah, what's up? And they jumped me, 5 of them, and then told me, welcome to the neighborhood. All right then. Then that's 3 years ago. Yeah.
It's important to be confrontational with these kids because these kids only respect what they love or fear. Nice, feel good. This is not a nice, feel good program. It's being warm and fuzzy with these people. They don't respect you. They look at it as a sign of weakness.
Today, all the gangsters or all the wannabe gangsters copy the classic look, and this is the classic look, down to the way the laces are. So if your kid looks anything like this kid, you got a problem. And you're going to have a bigger problem if you don't correct him. Okay? Because this is what we call dressing for death. The way he looks will get you killed. See,
it's like, in a way, I know I'm going to be a victim because the way I dress, it doesn't scare me. It's like I'm not going to change just because I might be a victim. It's the way I dress, the way I express myself. It's like, it doesn't bother me at all. It's no problem. But I know I'm a victim.
These kids don't realize what's coming. They don't think that far down the road. They don't know what the long-term consequences of what they do are going to be.
I don't care how tough you think you are, you aren't tough enough. When I went to the penitentiary, I had all of my teeth. Never had a cavity in my life, and I can take them all out and show them to you now. It comes from fighting every day. You better get used to it. You better like having your ass whipped, because that's what life is like in the penitentiary for a young person. You arrive down there, you're going to meet men that have been there, or women, depending on where you're going, that have been there longer than you've been alive.
These kids have already made a bad choice, but they haven't gone that final step where they're locked up and they're going away. They have another chance. One. If they fall out of Frank's program, they're through. They're going. They're going to lock them up. And I'm trying to impress upon these kids how seriously bad it is where they're going to go if they don't complete that program and stay straight down the road after that.
When I checked that person, I was thinking about the consequences. I thought I was never going to get caught, right? But there's always a time that you will get caught, and you ain't got to know the consequence until you pay them. That's where you always got to think about the consequence before you ever do something.
You scream at your mother?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mark my words.
Well, how if I scream at you all the time? You like that?
No, sir.
Think about it when you're an adult, huh? When you have kids and you're kid and you tell them there's something to do and they start screaming at you. Do you like that?
No, sir.
Well, maybe you should start thinking about it.
I didn't think the cops will be screaming at us like that, you know. Just, you can't come with attitude like that. Like, I came with attitude and I got push-ups and stuff. And they told me to cut off my bangs. I was mad.
You know, part of this thing is we're police officers, and they have this kind of fear of us and respect, and they know that we're not here to play games. We're here for a serious reason. And if they don't, they're going to learn that really fast.
There's only two choices for living the life that you guys live and the life that I lived, okay? Death, okay? Death or jail. I went to jail. Mad Dog went to jail. Jail sucks, people. Get that through your head. It sucks.
Sometimes parents will get very emotional and they will cry during the intake because we can get information out of these kids that these parents have never gotten out. And when the parents realize, well, this is what my son or daughter's been doing, and they're being honest to a complete stranger, they can't believe it.
Hello, kid. You know what's going on? You just made your dad cry, stupid. That's what you did. You hear him? I don't know. What kind of shit is that, man? Are you a man? You man enough to make your own man cry? Why do you get school? Cause what? You don't go to school because you want to be a fucking hoodlum, okay? You know what a hoodlum is? A loser that wants to hang around on the street doing nothing, okay, but being stupid. Sit your ass down, and you better go hug your dad, and you better go say you're sorry. Or I'll show you what sorry's being about.
I think some of the most effective of the Scared Straight sessions come after the yelling and the screaming, when the parolees, the ex-cons, sit down with these kids and really talk to them and say, you know, kid, 10 years ago I was like you, stealing cars, writing on walls, smoking marijuana, and I wasted 5, 10, 8, 10 years of my life in jail. It was a stupid, horrible waste, and I never want to go through that experience again.
It's up to you. You can wind up a statistic, or you can wind up as being somebody that your parents and your friends can be proud to say, yeah, I know that guy. Or they can say, yeah, I know him. It's up to you. We'll talk again soon.
I will see everybody in here on Saturday. White t-shirt, gray sweats. We'll be doing a lot of exercising. I hope you're up for it.
Everybody stays in step. Begin. 1, 2, 3. 1, sir. 1, 2, 3. 2, sir. 1, 2, 3. 3, sir. 1, 2, 3. 4, sir. 1, 2, 3. 5, sir.
We have a physical education, a physical training part, where we send the kids through a rigorous exercise program where we run the kids, we do jumping jacks, sit-ups, a lot of push-ups, and they hate us for that. And we just send them through a variety of exercises, and that's first thing in the morning.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
The physical training is structured kind of paramilitary style, which gives them the basis for authority. Then, during the physical training, we obviously break them down because they're not as strong, but we show them what their weaknesses are.
Because I find out that you guys aren't doing it. Come on, let's go, Dixon. Let's go. Yes, you can. You can. Get up.
Bathroom, sir.
Get up.
Can I go to the bathroom, sir?
I push the physical training because we have a lot of kids that do narcotics. We have a lot of kids that have no self-esteem. And we teach them that no matter what the physical challenge is, they can accomplish it.
Get off your knees. You can't talk to me on your knees.
Request permission to go to the bathroom, sir.
Physical exercise is something that will motivate you and will give you discipline. Because the more you do, the more it hurts. And the more it hurts, in order to complete it, you have to have a strong feeling within inside of you to say, I can complete this.
For someone who hasn't been here before, they don't want to be here because, you know, people think exercise is okay, I can hang, you know. It's like, I thought I could hang because, you know, I have my weights at my house and I thought, hey, I could do this. But when I came here, it's no fun. It's like pain. The exercise is nothing but pain.
I think they do it to encourage you, to help you physically and mentally, you know what I'm saying? Because if they weren't standing there telling you to come on, then you just get lazy and just probably sit there and do nothing. So with them there helping you, like push you every step of the way, telling you, come on, do 20 push-ups or something like that, that like gives you encouragement, like helps you out.
I kind of like it because, you know, it gets me kind of in shape because how much we do, and we do it, you know, once a week. It's like on and on. So I kind of like it, but then I don't like it when they push it a little too far. I guess they're just trying to teach us a lesson, you know, we want to do wrong, well, we come and kind of, I guess, suffer and do our exercises.
Sir, up, down, forward, sir, up, down, 18, sir, up.
Personal involvement with this program is a key. That's why I get down in the dirt, doing the nitty-gritty just like everybody else, because I don't want them to think that I would give them anything to do that I wouldn't do myself. And hopefully they take that into consideration when they go out and interact with other people in society.
Let's go! You're gonna lose some weight there, son! Let's go, slow! Real slow! Real slow, Mr. Lamone! Let's go! This is what we're gonna play when you guys play with me!
The duck walk is when you're on the floor and you're walking on your feet. It's very hard. You have to have partners in that. We have to stay in a straight line, and you have to have your hands on the person in front of your shoulder, you know. And you have to walk. It feels like forever, and it hurts your thighs mostly. You know, it's a good exercise, but it's still painful.
What's wrong here? Slow it down, Mr. Lamone, or I'll put you in the back. Let's go! Let's go!
They do that because they want everybody to be treating each other as a team, as a group, as a family. For we could be helping each other as a family. You know, like, you know, if somebody mess it up, you could tell them, you know what, I could help you out. Won't you do it like this and this and that? If you could do it better, and you can help everybody to finish it faster. I think it's real good for everybody to be treating each other like a friend.
He's making it.
I've learned that I could be compassionate with the kids and still get my point across. I've learned that I don't have to be a hardcore, direct lightning strike with the kids. I don't have to be an ominous force there talking down on the kids. I could have my personality and still affect the kids in a way that will open up a light in their minds.
So when I ask who's number one, you can say, we are. You got that?
Yes, sir!
Who's number one?
We are!
Who's number one?
We are!
Who's number one?
We are!
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to motivate these kids, and when I tell them, you know, who's number one, and they're saying we are, I'm trying, hey, we are, we're number one, let's motivate. You know, I like to get them motivated.
We are! We are! Who's number one? We are! Who's number one? We are! Who's number one? We are!
Jumping jack, 25.
Yes, sir! The ones that do narcotics, I try to teach them that you can get a natural high by working out. You can get that adrenaline rush, and you can get that high that they get from smoking pot or using rock cocaine.
The first time I smoked bud was because I was curious. I wanted to know how I feel like. I thought it was going to be a one-time thing, and I smoked it, and then I started going home, family problems, and I found out where to get it So I just got it. I used to smoke pot because it was nothing to do. I was bored all the time. Not all the time, but it was just nothing to do. Pot was something fun to do, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, whatever. Have you laughing, joking, tripping with your homies and stuff like that. That's about it.
My opinion about drugs is the same as any other adult's opinion. You know, they're bad, but I mean, when you're at a party and everyone's doing it, you know, I do say no sometimes, but sometimes like whatever, you know. I have nothing to do. I mean, one little hit ain't gonna do nothing. But, you know, it is, but I don't really think much. I just go ahead and do it, whatever.
Before I ever got to a program, I was smoking cigarettes. And then when I got there, my mouth was dry. My spit would be dark white. I had a frozen head. My eyes were kind of like bulging out because, you know, I needed some air. And that's the thing that makes me stop, you know. It's like if I keep smoking, it's going to hurt more my throat. My lungs going to hurt more. So that's why I decided to quit.
These kids, once you start talking to them and break through this tough barrier, they're really good kids. They're just being tough. They have to be tough to live in the streets, so they think they have to be tough with everybody. But once you break that toughness and you can go through it, kids are just like any little kids.
They come with an attitude at 9 o'clock in the morning, and by 11 o'clock when they're done, the only thing they want to do is make it through the rest of the day, and they'll listen to what we have to say. And when we can ask them a question that's pertinent to their life, they'll talk about it faster because there is no more attitude. That was lost on the helipad. For every person you help, there might be 5 that you can't help, okay? But the idea is to try. So that's my homework assignment, okay? Write me a paragraph, who you helped, how it made you feel, okay? Helping is just talking to somebody, or if it's actually physically helping them across the street, an old lady, whatever, okay? Do that. Show me that you can do something for your community as well, okay?
A lot of these kids do not have, they don't feel, they have no goals. They feel that they're not going to live beyond 18. That's old for them. I would say about 70% is the parents' fault right there, or their lack of. A lot of these kids have absent parents, single parents, or both parents who are working and don't have the time to spend for the kids. They haven't taught them discipline. They haven't really guided the kids.
My dad left us because he abused my mom. He's an alcoholic. So, you know, he's a player. He's a player, he plays with ladies, you know. So, he had babies, he has 2 kids. He decided to leave us and go with another lady. That's why he left us.
The parents are referred to parenting classes, which parents are part of the problem, parents should be part of the solution. Parents go through 6 2-hour classes.
The discipline and the respect starts at home. There's so much that we can do in that program with the kids. And they go home and they do everything else that they want. Then they come to our program and yes, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am. You know, I tell them, why do you think we kids need limits? And parents sometimes don't set limits to these kids. There's no consequences. When that happens, I firmly believe that they lose respect for their parents or for any institution that warns you but doesn't follow through. They lose respect.
I must tell you that I've been coming to this is my 3rd class, and I got a lot of good ideas from this program. And the first thing I did, I went and took control of the house, and it was a complete turnaround. And like the officer said, they're going to resent it, but you got to stick to it.
That's not right. Now he's bringing in some new rules like you can't do this, you can't do that. It's my rules, my house. You have to obey them. I just don't like that. Things were better before, they send him to the parenting classes.
A lot of kids, they don't have guidance. Like Stephen have guidance, but I don't think I gave him enough, because if I had, I would have made him more aware of, you know, the consequences, because it's all about the consequences of what would happen if you do something that's wrong and you get in trouble and stuff like that.
Para nada. Él no pide ayuda para nada. Él lo únicamente dice de que él no es entendido en su casa, que él no tiene ningún apoyo de nadie, que en la mañana se levanta y gritos, en la noche llega y gritos. Pero es que él no entiende que a las 2 de la mañana no es hora de que él llegue. Él no entiende de que en la mañana se tiene que levantar a ir a la escuela y no quiere. Entonces, de hecho, yo me desespero y pues le tengo que gritar.
You can't give up. That's the bottom line. That's what I tell the parents. I said, the only time you can give up is when you bury your child. Till that day, you gotta try.
Someday, it turned out to be the President of the United States. What is your dream for your child?
Why do we as parents let things get so out of hand that we have to be in these kind of programs just to tell us common sense, just to teach us common sense? You know, it's just common sense. You know, that's wrong.
I don't want to go to school. No quiero ir a la escuela. Ahora no voy.
Many of the things we do, especially in the parenting classes, are ludicrous. We shouldn't have to do this kind of thing. Police shouldn't have to teach parents how to be parents, but they don't know. These people honestly don't know. They're clueless. And so they have to be empowered, again, to take responsibility for their kids.
There's no interest. Why should that child have that much interest in his school when you as parents don't share that interest? Don't share that enthusiasm. You have to share that enthusiasm, especially when they learn something new. It is so neat for a kid to learn something new and then share it with you as a parent. And even though you're not interested, or even though you're tired and you're cooking, you know, take that 5 minutes or that 10 minutes with your child. That can make a big difference in this child's life.
If I graduate school, I'll be the first one to graduate school in my whole family. You know, if I start getting a career, I'll be the first one to have a career. You know, because no one in my family has graduated school but my sister. But she graduated it like, I think they made her graduate because she was in juvenile hall or something, in a home, and they made her graduate, but she didn't want to.
You know, the education's free. It don't even cost you anything, does it? If you guys like to steal the education. Steal an education. You know what? Go ahead and steal it. But you don't even need a gun to get it, because they give it to you.
Education is the key for these kids, and a lot of these kids are real disdainful about education because, you know, they think it's boring and it's not cool. It's more fun to hang out on the corner with your homies and stuff, see, than it is to sit in a classroom all day and put something in here. Well, you know, that's what geeks and nerds do. Well, the reality in life is those people that young kids a lot of times consider to be geeks and nerds who are going on to getting that education, those are the people who have long, quality, enriched lives.
I don't like to go to school because they don't do nothing, they don't teach nothing. Everybody doesn't like school. They don't teach nothing. They just teach, you know, art, that's the only thing. Or put you to read, that's not teach. They scream to you, they send you out of class. That's fine, you know. There's some students that ditch because of the teachers, right? Because the teachers are boring and they make you go to sleep, right? But you gotta maintain yourself. You gotta hang, you know. Just wait till the time just pass by and finish the class, and you feel proud of yourself when you get an A in that class. I've been there already.
The worst part of working with the kids is you want to grab these kids and pull them out of the environment that they're in. It's like, I wish I could go to a kid's house and say, here's a home for you, here's a brand new fresh set of parents, your life's going to be great. and we can't do it. But on the other hand, the best part of the program is working your butt off trying to get these kids out of the street and try to get these kids on the straight and narrow and watching it happen.
I think a lot of the kids who come to our program are asking for help in a silent way. And some kids we won't be able to reach. I'm not going to say that this program is reaching every kid. It will not, unfortunately. But for those who are ready for that change, who are reaching out to us, maybe not demonstratively, but you know deep down inside they want help, those definitely will come around.
Laura was one of the kids who was actually reaching out for help. Whether she knew it at that time or not, she was reaching out for someone to redirect her life.
I always had like this tough attitude, never opened myself to anybody, never let anybody know about my dreams and my goals, never let anyone know I'm scared, when I was really scared. And it's funny how I opened up to, you know, Frank and his wife, Ayara, and all the officers. It's like they were my friends.
She lives in a gang-infested area, so it's very difficult to turn around a kid. They have to have a lot of inner strength. And I think in Laura's case, she has that inner strength and she wants to change.
I told myself, I feel like trash, you know. I go, is this what I am to them? And then that, like, the more they would yell at me, the more madder I would get, the more angry I would get. And that's what made me realize and tell myself, I am worth something. And I'm gonna show them that I am worth something, that I'm not a piece of trash the way they think I am. And that's what made me, that's what motivated me more, like the yelling and like the put downs, and because I turned around and proved to them that I wasn't that piece of trash or that lost, stupid kid.
Louder!
25, sir. Come on, up. 26, sir.
She's graduated from the program, and she helps us because she knows that there are a lot of females that can learn from what she's done. She's had a baby at an early age, and she's struggling and looking for a job and really trying to turn her life around, and she's doing a good job.
Right now we're on our way to paint out some graffiti. This is a community service aspect of the program which teaches these kids that they play, they pay, and what goes around comes around. Many of these kids are here for tagging and graffiti. So this way they learn that they have to eradicate the graffiti that they put up. And what's really nice about this is we're using the very forces that help ruin the city to add to the vitality of the city by painting out what they put up.
We take them to go painting. A lot of times we use gang members and we use taggers, and we're trying to say, hey, you're going to put it up there and make it look crappy. Now you're going to make it look clean.
Hey, stay away from me.
Gotta be smarter than the paint, Renteria. Good, Renteria. Make your neighborhood look good, Renteria. Good. Gangsters are punks, dukes, and cowards, Renteria. They're chumps. Clean up that garbage. Good, Renteria. Good. Isn't this fun?
We used Renteria because we took him to his turf. We took him to his gang, and we said, okay, you guys want to put it up, now you're going to take it off, and they're all going to want you to take it off.
When I was painting my own graffiti, I feel like I was thinking I'm gonna put it again.
I've seen for the most part that the graffiti cleanup does about 10% good job, because there's so many people doing it within the city that usually it has been tagged back up within a few days. I saw one instance where it was tagged up on the same day, and I just kind of laughed because I thought, we'll be back to clean it up.
You know what? When you put this crap up all over the walls and you sit down and you're in baggy pants and shaved it, all the intelligent people of this world look at you and say those stupid Hispanics, all they're so stupid, all they know how to do is write on wall and gang bang. You mess it up to your own people. Think about that. The crap we just put up, what does that say about the Hispanics people? That they got to write on walls and gang bang because they're too stupid to do anything else? That's what it says. You're part of that. You keep that image going. And we know that's not true.
See, dude, if I was another person...
So get yourself a little bucket.
A lot of kids say, oh, well, I hate LA, you know, it's dirty. It's dirty because we make it that way. It's dirty because we throw trash and we write on walls and we commit crimes and we kill all these kids. And I mean, it's just like, the society is just like really, it's not going to be anything if we don't make anything out of it.
They do all of this, they battle, they have battles, and the way this works is whoever throws up the better piece, bigger piece, what gets up the most is the one that wins. And whoever wins between these battles, gets respected, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is like another gang thing for respect, but it's a lower term. We don't go into shooting people and into doing all that. It's just writing. Just writing on walls and getting up, getting known, and it's popularity. That's what it is. Popularity. Teenagers these days want popularity, and that's what we came up with art. To us, to taggers, you know what I'm saying? It's not graffiti. It's art. It's art. But to other people like police and people that own the wall, the property. They think it's trash, it's a waste of time, it's not art, but to us, we take this serious. That's why they do it. That's why, to my opinion, I think, they're never gonna stop writing. That comes to my conclusion, writing is a thing now.
I tag because, I guess, for fame, because I mean, it's like, if I tag on a bus here in LA, I'll probably see it out there in the valley somewhere, and then they'll be like, hey, that's Hector, and I guess that's why I tag.
It's pretty sad that instead of getting fame based on what's in your heart or what's in your head, you got to get it from splashing your name all over a wall. Gang graffiti is quite different. Gang graffiti is big, it's not a casual style of writing, and it's meant to intimidate. It's meant to give out the message that we are here, this is our neighborhood, this is our hood, we control.
I want to be in the gang because I like the gang. It's my life. Something happens to me, well, I'm gonna die. Enjoy my life, Being a gangster, you may get a lot of girls.
The attraction to it is the love that they have from their homeboys, how their homeboys give them money and clothes and, everything they want. The attraction to it is respect. It's getting respect. Making people feel scared of you, carrying a gun in your hand, having control over other people. Those are like the attractions of a gang.
It's kind of like a war, fighting the good guys against the bad guys. My friends think they're the good guys and they're killing the bad guys, and vice versa. The bad guys think they're good, and I think they just do it like out of pride, respect.
Nowadays, kids get into an argument, boom, argument's over, I win. Because they don't realize, they haven't accepted the fact that death is permanent.
At Homebush, I had families, I have cuñados, friends. They got killed by being in the gang, got shot being in the gang. For getting out of the gang, they be shot and killed. I just want to tell everybody that being in the gang ain't no fun.
These kids just see the glory of picking up a gun and shooting it. They don't see the aftermath. They don't see the consequence. And quite often, they don't think about it.
Well, today we're going up to the closed down Lincoln Heights jail. And what we're going to do with these kids here who think they're tough kids and so on like that is we're going to put them in the jail cells And then the guys are basically going to kind of turn them over to me and let me treat them the way they're going to be treated in the penitentiary. I mean, short of the physical violence and sexual assault and so on like that, I'm going to talk to them just like they're going to be talked to. I'm going to treat them just like they're going to be treated. And I have practical prior experience at that because I spent 10 years in the penitentiary. In fact, 10 years, 8 months, and 11 days to be exact. So I know what I'm talking about. I served time on a drug smuggling charge.
County jail is cold. It smells like urine in the cell. You have to stand with your nose against the wall. For the whole 3 or 4 hours we were in there, I was standing with my nose against the wall. Then it felt like my back was froze.
Young guy like you? Oh, God, I know several guys that would give 2 or 3 cartons of smokes to have you in their cell right now. There ain't nothing you can do to stop it. You couldn't keep me from doing it by myself. I outweigh you by 100 pounds. I've been a martial arts instructor for 20 years. You couldn't keep me from doing anything to you. Now, do you think you can still stop it and not let it happen? Sir. You don't have any control over it. Can you shake these 2 guys loose now?
No, sir.
What do you think would keep me from just doing whatever I wanted to do to you, sweetheart? You better think about where you're going, tough guy, because you're going to make the trip if you ain't careful.
This forces them to be faced with the consequence of reality of their actions.
Going to prison is no place for a young person to go. The things that happen to a young person in prison, the law and justice says you have to pay for your crime. I don't disagree with that. You break the law, you pay the price. But the price, once you get to the penitentiary, especially for a young person, is a lot higher than the law ever considered. Because it's not part of justice. It's part of the law of the penitentiary, or law of the jungle. Survival of the fittest. The toughest, meanest, biggest guys get what they want. The other people get whatever comes to them.
I think at first they do say like, oh yeah, it's a scared straight program, so the kids will go in with an attitude like, you know, what's going to happen, they'll be alert, they'll be paying attention. But then afterwards, you know, the kids are like, oh, I see what they're trying to do, they're trying to help me out, and the kids just realize. Right?
If you don't want to go to school, I'd advise you to learn a phrase and memorize it. It's, do you want fries with that, sir? Because that's your education doing talking for you, and if you don't get an education, that's what you'll be doing for a living.
Before, I didn't have any feelings for going to jail or being free. I really didn't care, really. Whatever went down, went down. That was my attitude towards the situation, but now it's totally different. Now I see the difference between being locked up and being free.
Seeing my relatives in jail affected me like in a way that I felt weird when I would go see them. You know, I felt like, you know, why can't they just come out? Because I didn't know. You know, I was young. I didn't know why they were in there. I thought they were just like hanging out or whatever. You know, I felt like, why can't they come out? You know, but I really didn't think much about it because I mean, most of my family was in there, so I was like, okay, well maybe it's a thing. Maybe when I'm older, I'll be in there too. You know, that's what I thought. But now I'm learning it's not like that.
I always tell the kids that I can't change your home. I can't change your mother. I can't change your father. I can't change the miserable conditions that you come from. I can't get you out of the neighborhood. But you are the only ones that are going to be able to change how you deal with that situation. You can change.
But what we do is we try to pull the common sense out of them, and we try to expose it, and we try to let them know that they're not the only kid out there that's got problems, that they're just one of a million kids that has the same type of problems.
The biggest thing, it's not just the yelling, the screaming, the punishment, the discipline, it's being there for them, to give them a sense of identity, to say, you know what, kid, you've got a problem, I'm here to help you, I'm here to listen to you.
It's going to take all of us, not just the police, not just people like me who are willing to talk to and work with kids, but everybody, to reaffirm to them that work, education, honesty, those are the values that make life worth living and make life long and happy.
I think this program will affect my future in a way that I'll always remember what I was taught and what they told me about how life really is. And I think it's gonna, actually work for me.
I'm trying to change because my mom's like, I don't want to make my mom sad. Like, I want to make her happy. I want her to know that she got a good son. I just want to make her proud.
Look at me now. I'm about to finish high school. I'm proud of myself that I'm gonna finish high school and go to the Army, finish the Army for 4 years and work as a fireman. And I know I'm gonna get there, and I'm proud of myself that I will get there no matter what it takes.
In this program, I've learned that I really don't. Oh man, this is hard. The program I learned that I learned something, but I can't think of what it is right now. I learned that you have to really put your mind to whatever you're doing in order to get it done. And that, like, if you slack off on the job, then it's not gonna get anything done.
I felt a lot of change in me. It's like I'm doing a lot better than I was. I can actually talk to my mom now, so it's all good.
I really thank the officers a lot. They gave me a new life. And that's all I can really say is thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
I'd like the people who look at the program from the outside to have a realistic view of it. We cannot save all of the kids, but as long as we help just one, we have done an excellent job. We have done what we have come to do. As long as we can change and affect the life of just one kid, we have accomplished our goals.